A very good afternoon. Welcome to the program where we endeavor to give you updates on anything to do with COVID-19. Welcome so much to the program. And we now want to give you some updates, even as we await a press briefing, the daily press briefing by Health CS Mutahi Kagwe. And we'll be crossing over there as soon as we are live with that. But meanwhile, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi and his Senate counterpart Ken Lusaka have taken a 30% pay cut on their salaries for 3 months. This is to support the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. The speakers, however, say their decision was personal and they are not compelling members of the bicameral parliament to follow suit. Those who choose to do so can on a voluntary basis. The Senate resumes sittings on Tuesday when we meet once every week. National Assembly members remain on recess until the 14th of April since no formal petition for a special sitting has been filed. Parliament is awaiting the submission of bills from the National Treasury to effect Uhuru Kenyatta's proposed tax measures.
For the next 3 months until the situation improves. But for members of the National Assembly and members of the Senate, consultations are also going on. And in due course, we'll also be telling the country on measures that will be taken both as individual members of the National Assembly and Senate and as an institution of Parliament on how we can also support this process or support what the President has called on us as leaders to do.
The history of this country also doesn't reflect very well when it comes to such decisions. But it is my expectation, as we sat with my brother, we also said we hope that the National Treasury will be coming up with a mechanism of where those resources are going to be channeled to. Remember, if it is a fund, it is the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury who has constitutional mandate and also under the PFM Act to set up a fund. So we expect that the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury will be coming up with a mechanism of how those funds are going to be channeled. As soon as we receive the legislative proposals, the bills, because they must originate from the executive. It is the President who directed, not Parliament. He did not direct Parliament. He directed the National Treasury to move to Parliament. They will not just walk on their 2 feet. They walk here with bills so that then once we receive them, we will make appropriate arrangements. And I don't think that is a challenge for us to meet those objectives.
Meanwhile, matatu operators in Nakuru County have been left stranded after they were banned from operating within town as part of decongestion plans in a bid to curb the spread of the coronavirus. The operators say that the new designated matatu termini are not conducive or is not conducive for them due to the unavailability of water and lavatory units. The Central Rift matatu operators now say that they will halt operations to give the county ample time to avail the basic requirements. Let's now get more details from our Marian Nyambura, who is live for us from Nakuru County. Marian, thank you for speaking with us this afternoon. I'm sure this has had quite an impact on commuters.
Well, indeed, Wahiga, that's true. But the main concern that matatu operators, as you can see, tons of them actually here. This is one of the stages at the matatu terminus whereby western-bound matatus were actually asked to relocate early this morning when security officers just were trying to enforce the laws. Remember, early morning, the matatu operators were actually within the CBD. Yesterday, the county commissioner, Erastus Mbui, banned all matatu operations within the CBD as well as boda operations. But now their main concern right now is the very fact that there are no lavatory units within these premises as well as water. So as you can see, of course, right behind me, the matatu operators are actually in their numbers. So their main question right now is really, is this move by the county government of Nakuru as well as the county commissioner really going to help at the end of the day? Because what they say is that the reason behind all this was to just decongest the town. But as you can see, of course, there is a crowd of many people. So this is one of the stages here. But also on the eastern bound matatus, those flying Nairobi, Naivasha, Nakuru, as well as Nyeri have the same concerns. Their main stage, their main terminus is the Ziwani ground, which is located on the outskirts of Nakuru. But of course, the concern is still the same, that there are no lavatory units as well as water. But I'll also be speaking to just one of the matatu operators here who will just give us a clear perspective of what exactly is happening here. It's the first day since this ban has been enforced here. And just to ensure that I meet the 1 meter rule, I'll just maybe you just kindly join us here. You start off with your name and then labda tuambie shida ni gani haswa kufikia sasa. Leo ni siku ya kwanza tumeweza kuona amefurushwa kutoka CBD. Labda utueleze shida ni nini haswa.
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Charles Mwangi, nikiwa mshikadau wa matatu. Okay, kwa hivyo ile shida tuko naye katika Nakuru County, kuna shida yenye imetokea na venye tulikuwa ndani ya town. Lakini kwa sasa tumetolewa nje ya town, gari zingine za Nairobi zimepelekwa Kingdom Sika. Hizi za kwenda Western zimeletwa huko upande ya showground. Lakini ile upana tulikuwa naye ndani ya town, kwenye tumeletwa congestion imekuwa zaidi ya vile tulikuwa town. Kwa hivyo hata saizi vile tunaendelea hapa 1 meter, ukiangalia vile watu wako zaidi ya hiyo. Hii ugonjwa kama ni kusambaa, vile president alisema jana, curfew ameweka kuanzia kesho kuanzia saa 1. Hii kitu ama hii curfew yenye ingewekwa kabla hizi stage zitengenezwe, afadhali serikali ingesema at least tukae nyumbani. Juu hii sasa kama ni kuzambaza ugonjwa ndani ya Nakuru County, hii ndio imekuwa zaidi ya vile tulikuwa ndani ya town CPD. Sasa hapo venye serikali imetengeneza, watengeneza hizi viwanja wametuleta kuliko hiyo kitu wametulete. Hii sasa ni coronavirus wamekuja kusambaza ndani ya hizi mastage. Juu hata nyinyi mkiangalia vile sasa congestion iko, hii si 1 meter, tuko congestion zaidi ya venye tulikuwa CPD. Kwa hivyo mimi ningeomba serikali ikitutupa kwenye inatupeleka, si kututupa pali inatupeleka, tufanye biashara zetu, wakuwe wameplan mbele ya watupeleke.
Pengine tuambie wale commuters wanasema nini, abiria wanasema nini haswa, kwa sababu sasa pia wao wamezoea tuseme particular stages. Sasa hii wanasema nini wakikuja hapa?
Okay, ndani ya abiria wenye huwa tumebeba complaint ziko, hawa watu wenye wote umeona huku si washikadau wa matatu, kuna watu ya mkono mrefu. Okay, mimi nikiwa town pale nilikuwa na ofisi, kuna watu wamekimbia mbio mwizi. Kwa hivyo wizi si usiku peke yake, mpaka mchana imeanza. Kwa hivyo serikali bila mpango ya coronavirus bado wizi itakuwa juu zaidi. Yeah.
Wahiga, as you heard, that is just but one of the matatu operators here. He is just insisting that their main concern right now is the very fact that there are no lavatory units, and the very fact that the county government decided to make this move just to, decongest the city, as well as ensure that the spread of the coronavirus does not continue. Well, them saying that this move is actually a rushed one, and remember they're actually saying that at the end of the day they're just hoping that something will be done. But we also spoke to the governor of Nakuru County just a few minutes ago, and we gave the views of the complaints of the matatu operators here, and he was actually saying that tomorrow, the tenders have actually been put in place to ensure that tomorrow lavatory units are actually erected along the various matatu termini within the Nakuru CBD. But of course, even as that is happening, the Central Rift Matatu Operators Matatu Association have actually said that they will hold their operations starting from today, actually, just to ensure that they give the county government ample time to deal with this issue of providing sanitation, because at the moment what they're just saying is that the sanitation is poor. As well as that is happening, I remember yesterday traders at the Wakulima market were actually asked to relocate to the Afraha Annex, and this is something that has also been enforced today. And as we spoke to some of the traders, they're actually saying that for them they actually need just the county government to erect shades along the Afraha Annex, as well as also provide the lavatory units. So of course it's quite a crucial concern for many of the matatu operators here, as well as the traders at the Afraha Annex. Wahiga.
Thank you so much, Marian Nyambura, for that update live for us from Nakuru County, just speaking about the challenges that matatu operators there are facing. Well, that's all the time we have for the briefs right now. More updates shortly. Remember, we are waiting for that press briefing from Health CS Mutahi Kagwe at Afya House. We are told it should take place anytime now. Keep it right here on Citizen TV. As soon as they begin, we'll take you there for those daily updates. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Wahiga Mwaura. See you shortly.